Now joining us on the show, and this is a real pleasure. I'm really excited to have this guy on. He is the brand new athletic director for Riverside City College, Payton Williams. And Payton, first off, you are a local guy. You are from the Inland Empire. You went to Moreno Valley High School. Is this like a dream job to land at RCC as the AD?
It is. It's definitely a destination job for me. I grew up in Moreno Valley. I have a Tiger Backers plaque that my grandparents put up as soon as I won it when I was playing at Moval and got a football award from RCC. And that was a massive thing in my household. So to have a chance to be the AD at Riverside City College is just a dream for me.
Well, Payton, you inherit a pretty darn good program. I'm sure you're obviously well aware of what the football team has done and reigning state champs. In fact, they're still the reigning state champions as of right now. But when you come in as a new athletic director, you know, what's kind of the plan? Like, I mean, do you come in and think, okay, I got to put my stamp on the program, or wait, they've already got some good things going. I just, want to maybe, see how it progresses. I mean, what's kind of the plan as you go in as a new athletic director? Obviously, you're very familiar with the area and the program, but, coming back and trying to put your stamp on it.
It's unique. With the COVID-19 pandemic, it's really just wrapping my hands around everything going on there, but just communicating across the board. We have a special athletic department with our staff, with our student athletes, with our coaches, and a community that I love, that all of us love. So just making sure we're all on the same page and moving forward to continue to grow and enhance what we do, but also what the college is trying to do, making sure have everything in order moving forward for the department.
Now, I have to point out, you're probably too modest and humble to bring all this stuff up, but you're a former NFL player. You are a lawyer. Like, what have you not done, Payton? It seems like you've done everything.
I've been very fortunate. I've had people around me to support me, which is why I love having the opportunity to be the athletic director. I had folks even way back at Moreno Valley High School trying to push me towards the things that I could do, having the opportunity at Fresno State to play and then be able to compete professionally has been huge. But the key was really the educational part. Won championships, went to bowl games, done some really special things. But the most important thing was being able to earn a degree and being the first man in my family to earn a college diploma. And that's been able to open up all the other avenues that I've had in my life. So I always point back to that. It's why being an athletic director and helping our students kind of break down those gates that might be preventing them from getting to a four-year school and getting towards a diploma. I want to be there with our staff, helping our student athletes achieve those same goals and getting that all important cap and gown and diploma.
Payton, you bring up an excellent point that I want to touch on as well, that being an athletic director, obviously here on the sports show, we think about championships and winning conference and all those sorts of things and getting guys scholarships to four-year universities. But in order to make some of those things happen, you have to be getting it done in the classroom as well. And as athletic director, of course, you want your teams to win, but you also want them to win in the classroom. Is that correct?
Absolutely. The goal and the target for our athletic department is to be the premier community college athletic department. And that just isn't winning championships on the field, on the scoreboard. Like our track and field team, they party at the podium every year at state. Our football team's the reigning state champs, national champs. But we want to also achieve academically, we want to achieve institutionally, and we want to be a great athletic department in the community as well. Riverside and the surrounding community is a special place. Toughness is created here, hard work is created here, dedication, support, all the things that we want our young men and women to grow up to be, you learn in this community, and we help support that at our college. So yes, we want to win. I love to compete, and not just compete, but win and dominate. But we also want to make sure that we're creating great people, great students, great citizens for our future and our community as well.
Payton, what are some things that you learned along the way in your own experience, whether it was playing college football, professional football, becoming a lawyer, your time in the NFL? What are some things that you learned along the way that now that you're an athletic director here at RCC, it might still be applicable? You're like, you know what? I'm glad I went through that, or I'm glad I had that experience. Now I can share that and pass it along to, your Tiger coaches or the student athletes out there at RCC. What are some things maybe that you personally learned along your professional journey that you think you can now give back to the RCC family?
Absolutely. I'm trying to cut it down because it's so exciting. So much that I've learned from being a student athlete that I still use to this day now that I'm an old guy. But truly, it's you have that dream growing up. And, I was only child, single parent household, and we're all trying to figure it out. And you just want to succeed and excel and do more. And I wanted to do that through athletics. And I had an advisor that told me, he said, well, that's great. I love that. But what you really want to do is, regardless of what happens in your life, put yourself in a position to make a multi-generational change, not just in your life, but in the people around you that you love. And so having a chance to be a student athlete where they're going to pay for your college education, which we're learning is just so important, and you get all these opportunities to succeed, continuing to push that forward for our students is something that I know our coaches do, but we're going to continue to accentuate that moving forward.
Well, Payton, what a time to become an athletic director during, all this COVID-19 stuff and so much uncertainty out there in the world of sports, certainly at the college level as well. What's kind of your message maybe to your different athletic programs, your head coaches? I know you're still pretty new on the job, but what's going to be the message maybe going forward through this spring? Because there's still hope that, and I think it's called season 2, like the later spring sports, that we still might be able to have some games and some competition there at the junior college level here in California. What's kind of your message maybe to those coaches and programs in terms of just, we got to be patient, we got to be ready? I know for the high school coaches, they want to step on the gas as soon as they get the green light here. So what's kind of your message for those teams that still might be able to squeeze in some games this school year?
Really quick, it's one of that we understand and we care. Safety is the most important part. And that is not overlooked by anybody. You want to make sure we do things safely. But truly, it's staying healthy and staying hungry and staying real focused on the things that we can control. And this is tough. We have student athletes that have spent the majority of their lives being students and being athletes and competing. And athletics has been taken away for almost a year. And that hasn't happened for them, since they were crawling. Being students, they've done that well enough to excel to get to the college level. But this isn't school like you know it, when we're just having screens back and forth and everything going on. So those two things have been taken away. We understand that. We're fighting tooth and nail and doing everything we can, not just coaches, not just administrators, but our faculty, our administration, to get them back on the field and back doing what they love safely so they can be student athletes again. We just ask that they continue to stay hungry and stay focused and stay healthy, make good, safe decisions with all that they do, limiting their, high risk access points and things, so that when time does come back to play, they're healthy enough to play and they've done the things, being able to move forward to be the true Tigers that we know they are.
That was well said. Payton, I really appreciate the time. Thank you for taking a couple minutes to join us here on the Inland Sports Show. And hopefully soon I'll get the chance to meet you in person at Wheelock Stadium or at the Aquatic Center or one of the places on campus at RCC. But congratulations on the Tigers gig and best of luck going forward.
Thank you. I look forward to it, Pep.
All right, that's Payton Williams, the new RCC AD, joined us here on the Inland Sports Show. We do appreciate that.